Blogtalk Radio.
Hello, welcome to Diva of Duel's weekly podcast, where we talk all things days of our lives and sometimes sports, depending on how our teams are doing or not doing. And tonight we have the Diva of Duel herself. Carrie's here.
Hello, and yes, we're not talking about... Hello, can you hear me?
Hello.
Can you hear me?
Hey. We're not talking about... Yeah, barely.
We're not talking about
far away.
We're not talking about the... Yeah, we're not talking about the Steelers this week.
Okay, all right. So that's fair.
Yes.
And so you can find Carrie where?
At Diva of Duel.
All right, on Twitter. And we've got Jen.
Hey, I'm at REXJGK at Twitter.
All righty. And Mama couldn't make it tonight. She's out hanging out with some men, we'll just say, you know. So anyway, and let's just say she's going to get it her way. But I think that's also a Whopper commercial. So anyway, the Backstreet Boys. No, but anyway, so you can find Marianne at mama_hooch on Twitter. And Anna, you can find me at CosbyHooch on Twitter. And we also like to give a shout-out, although we haven't talked to them in ages, but we still love them, at Bob Hapka and at Amy Hapka. We wish them all the best and hope they're doing well. I know they've had a challenging year with some serious things, but hopefully they're doing well right now. And
Amy had her birthday this week, too.
Oh, she did? Oh.
Yes, Amy had a birthday this week. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, happy birthday, Amy. If she's listening. If she's not, we're still going to wish her a happy birthday. And let's see. And we've got, we usually try to pimp some of our favorites at Teo Panglis on Twitter and at Lauren Coslow. And, of course, they have I don't think Teo doesn't have an Instagram, does he, or does he?
That I don't know.
I don't think he does. I don't know. But he definitely has a very active Twitter account. And then Lauren Coslow, at Lauren Coslow, she's on Twitter and also on Instagram. And we also love to give a shout-out to our friend Ian Buchanan, who you can find at Kilt Trip USA. Almost said the wrong thing. And let's see, any other shout-outs? Well, I'll say hi to Nikki if she's listening. If she's listening already, shout out to our friend Nikki in Chicago. And with that, you can find us, of course, you can find all our old podcasts, weekly podcasts, and also all of our interviews that we've done with actors and other folks affiliated with the show over the years. You can find those at iTunes. We have our own iTunes page. And Perry fought long and hard to get that done, from what I recall. That was not easy, I don't think. Anyway.
Oh, my gosh.
So,
yeah, it took like a month.
What's that?
Yeah, it took like a month.
It should have been. It's one of those things that should have been easy, but wasn't. So we appreciate all her efforts in so many ways, because after all, she is the diva. And we also, you can find us in a lot of other places. We have Facebook. I forget all the different places. We have a blog. You got Diva of Duel, Diva of Days of Our Lives, blog spot. I can't talk tonight. I'm in trouble. .com, and any other places, Carrie, that you want to mention?
The Facebook page, Diva of Days of Our Lives, and thank you to everybody who's been liking it. Yeah, we get new likes every day, so thank you.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah, I've noticed that. So it's like I can't even get into my own page these days. But I can see that I can get it. I can see the Diva likes. So that's awesome. We really appreciate it. And So with that, let's see. Any news or anything that we want to talk about before we get started on the show? Anything about any? I don't think there. I can't think of anything that's been announced or anything lately. That anyone? Is that it?
No,
we're good. Okay. All right. Okay. Well, Kate had a very interesting week this week. We might as well start out with her because, after all, it's Kate, right? But anyway, so basically, Vivian got her to Salem graveyard, and it just coincidentally somebody had already dug a grave. It was waiting to be filled, and so she just happened to shoot Kate right over the open grave, and tossed her in and buried her. And so at the end of, I believe it was so she thinks Kate's dead and buried, so to speak. And then so little do we know, though, at the end of the episode, we see this hand with very cool fingernails, very, very, very cool fingernails, styled, manicured, reaching out through the dirt, and it's our Kate. She's alive, and she's struggling for her life. And so we don't really get to see, like, her come out of the dirt, but we do. The next thing we see is people are at the hospital. They're in the foyer. Or one of the waiting, well, I don't know, this is the foyer, I guess. Anyway, main area. And all of a sudden, Kate walks in off the elevator, and she's like, help me. And she's covered in dirt, and you can tell that she's holding a gunshot wound, and she's got blood all over her hands, and she's holding a gunshot wound around her, looks like her abdomen. And then, Kayla rushes over. I think Jennifer, was it Jennifer and Kayla?
Yeah.
Anyway. Jennifer witnesses it because, of course, after making sure that she's not completely dead yet, she has to call in and change the headlines for their paper for the Spectator. But she's got a new story.
Yeah.
But anyway, so Kayla rushes to her aid, and they get her treatment and everything, and she's she's losing her pulse and everything, and then they get her back. I think Haley says she's in sinus. And I thought, so am I this time of year. Ragweed season, fun. Anyway, so Kate's brought back, and I was watching the makeup job because we all know that her husband is the director of makeup, and I was like, I wonder if Nikki did her makeup for the all that dirt and everything. But anyway, so I hate to see my Kate in peril at all. Although I do like her story, obviously. But I don't like to see, like, when she had cancer. I didn't like that at all because, it was drama, but I didn't like to see her suffering. So anyway, so she's in surgery this week. I think she's in surgery, like, the rest of the week. Am I correct in that?
Yeah.
Like, as soon as, yeah. So we didn't, after Tuesday's episode, we didn't see Kate. So Kate's been in surgery for 3 days so far. So let's hope it all comes out okay. If I were really worried about her, I wouldn't be joking, but because we know she's going to make it out. But anyway, but it was cool. Kayla's in there trying to. I'm surprised she didn't. I guess she was so injured and so out of it, she didn't even snap or mock Haley, because Haley was the nurse that was in there helping, and it was like, remember how she treated Haley last?
Yep.
She was in the hospital. So I was like, oh, this time she's not. But Kate did have a good line. I wish I could remember the exact thing, but they were talking to her real loud, like, Kate.
Oh,
I'm shot, not deaf.
Not deaf.
Well, I was shot. I'm not deaf. I love that Kate can always bring the snark, even in the worst of circumstances, especially in the worst of circumstances. So anyway, so I'm glad that, like, Jennifer showed some concern because her brother is it's his mother, and so she was on the phone with Lucas talking to him. So I think that means we see Lucas next week, right? Am I right? We see Lucas and who else do we who else do we see? Any other kids that come to her aid?
I don't know.
I'm trying to think. Because Rex is already out of town. I mean, he's only an hour away in Chicago, but we know he's not going to be able to make that trip because he's off the show. But I'm glad that Brian Datillo is getting to come back and I hope it's for a while, but I don't know. I don't know anything about that. But
maybe
anyway,
Lucas.
Maybe Lucas what?
Would bring Allie.
Oh, well, that'd be nice because Allie's got to be about 21
really
by
nice.
now, doesn't she? I mean, that's sad. That kid's got to be. I'm surprised that she's not in prison already. With Sammy as a mother, and then the way nobody cares about her or talks about her, or from the time she was like little. So Sydney got to get kidnapped, and like everybody's worried about her, and then you got the Giovanni, all that drama. But it's like Allie's always kind of like been chopped liver, which is not fair at all.
Oh.
But it would be really cool if we could see Allie, but so far, gosh, when was the last time we saw her? Like years, right?
Years.
5, something like 5, 6 at least, which is sad because we used to see the kids on there more, but we hardly ever see them now. Now there was a spoiler. There were pictures quite a while back that the boys who play Giovanni were there on set. Has that already appeared? Has that already happened and I missed it?
I haven't seen them.
Okay.
I heard it was they were just visiting. They didn't actually film anything.
Oh, okay. I was thinking they were going to be on. Oh, darn it. So yeah. So anyway, so Kate's been in surgery. By the time we get to Monday, she will have been in surgery for 5 days. So we hope that she will be okay. Of course, that sets off all these dynamics because people are figuring out that Vivian's back in town, and people are starting to connect the dots, which really aren't that hard to connect, but for our police department in Salem, it might be. But Eli was on it right away. He went over to the mansion. He wants to see Stefan, did he have anything to do with it? And he's like, well, I need to see your mother. And meantime, Vivian had snuck out of the building and gone over to Casa Kyriakis. So she was not able to be interviewed at that time. And so anyway, so Vivian thinks Kate's dead and buried, right? She gets over to Casa Kyriakis, and she's doing all this preemptive, like, BS to, like, so that it will be, so she won't be implicated in Kate's disappearance and untimely death. And so she's like making nice, I've got a new lease on life. I just want to apologize to Sonny for this and that and whatever. And she's just, it's a load of crap. But anyway, she doesn't know Kate's alive until Sarah comes running in and says, oh my gosh, I just got a call from the hospital that Kate Tamara's in the hospital. She got shot. And then all of a sudden Vivian's like, oh shoot. She's like, oh crap. And so if we speed forward on that particular storyline, at the end of Friday's show, she's in disguise as a doctor because we all know that the security at Salem University Hospital is top notch. She's in her, doctor getup, and Will and Sonny are like, can somebody tell us something about Kate? My grandma, how she's, and at the end, they're asking this doctor, who is really Vivian, covered with a mask and a surgeon outfit on her wardrobe. And so we don't know, but we know that she's trying to get in there somehow and, finish the job with Kate. So I don't know if Sonny and Will, stop this from happening. So we'll have to tune in Monday for that.
Did you see the badge?
No, I didn't know what. I know they showed it, but I didn't see what it said.
D. Kramer.
It said what?
D. Kramer. Dorian Kramer Lord.
Oh, okay. No, didn't know that. Okay. Oh, that's a good bit of little trivia there. Huh, interesting. Shout out to the One Life to Live fans. Oh,
yep.
Very interesting.
There were a couple of them in that episode.
Cool. Oh, let's see. So would somebody else like to take another part of it? I mean, part of that, because there were some scenes with other people and stuff. And I don't know if there's anything else you want to cover, because there was a stabby scenes about Vivian and all that. So if somebody else wants to take
I
some
actually
other
feel a
aspect
little
of it.
bad for Gabby in this one.
I know.
I mean, I like Lonnie.
Gosh, I love that outfit that she's. I love that outfit that she's wearing. She really just doesn't. She can't look bad in anything really, but some of the Gabby Chic stuff maybe. But I love that outfit. Huh? What?
No, I like her outfit, but when you said the Gabby Chic stuff, I'm like, ew.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm like, for somebody who dresses good, she's a horrible designer.
Yeah, exactly. So basically, I mean, she kind of wants to out Vivian. When Eli shows up, she's like already, oh yeah, she's upstairs, and Stefan's trying to say, I mean, they love each other, and hey, it's not about protecting my mom, it's about supporting me in this, because he doesn't want anything to happen to his mom and all that. And she's like more than ready to throw her under the bus, because she doesn't want to be blamed for any of this.
Yeah.
And at that point, Eli is the one that lets them know that Kate's still alive. But and I thought Gabby looked genuinely upset. Like, she didn't overreact, but I thought she was clearly upset when she thought that Kate was gone. She was like, that's my daughter's great grandmother and stuff, and
Mm-hmm.
and Kate was always really good to her, despite everything else, all these things that have happened since. She was always really good and supportive of Gabby. So I'm glad she was kind of like, kind of sad, you could tell, and kind of freaked out that Vivian. So there was some witty repartee between Stefan and Gabby about all that, about the Vivian thing. So that was pretty good. And I mean, I guess isn't Stefan getting off soon or something? Is that what we heard?
Yeah, that's what I heard, but then I've heard,
but I don't know.
Oh.
I know. I've heard mixed things too. So anyway, but I just love those two. I don't know why, but I wasn't expecting to like them at all, but I really do like them. So let's see. So of course, also, yeah, you were saying about Lonnie. Lonnie, of course, is judging her, being judgy, and she's telling Rafe, like, you need to go take care of your sister, because your sister possibly killed Julie, and she's gonna be responsible for that, and all this stuff. So it's kind of like The Boy Who Cried Wolf in a way, and like this time, no, really, Gabby really didn't do anything wrong. I mean, she thought Julie was faking her out like she had before.
Yeah.
So it's switching stories, but I don't know. Carrie, this is jumping around, but I kind of have a feeling I know what storyline you really want to talk about.
You mean
so if you
Eric
want to take that storyline, wherever you want to take, it might be that. I don't know. I'm just throwing it out there. So I don't know if you want to jump in with that or something else. Or
I would love to talk about that. Yeah, Eric and
I had a
Nicole.
feeling.
Yeah, Eric told Nicole that he got involved with Sarah, and when they made it back to the Kiriakis mansion, Sarah, this whole scene was really weird. When Vivian was at the mansion, for some reason she got involved with all that drama with Eric, Nicole, and Sarah, and told Sarah to fight for Eric. Now, why the hell would she care about that?
Yeah. Well, and the fact that why didn't Sarah just give the big F.U. to her because she tried to bury her mother alive? I mean, and they did address that, but then all of a sudden, you're right, they turned into like talking like they were, like she was some mentor to her.
Yeah, that was weird.
It was weird. Anyway, and I didn't interject that, but anyway, go ahead.
Yeah, I thought it was weird for Vivian to even show up at the mansion to begin with, but she knows no one likes her. And and it wasn't really a good alibi anyway.
No.
So I don't understand why she was there, because I mean no one really thought the reason why she was there.
Yeah, it was really out of place. I thought too. I thought it was very odd.
And so Sarah decides starts thinking she's going to fight for Eric. So she fishes out her pregnancy test, which, sorry I missed the show last week, but so did she use birth control with her husband, but she didn't use birth control with Eric, and that was like 48 hours later or something like that. Is that why she's for sure certain that Eric's the father?
Yeah. And this woman's a doctor.
Well, I mean, since they were like they were, well, that's true. That's a good point. They were humping like rabbits, though. I mean, you know what I mean? So, I don't know. It's like, I kind of feel like those scenes where they're like making out all over the house and doing whatever were kind of meant to be like, oh, this was so impromptu that, these two adults did not think to have seduction. I don't know, but that's a very good point.
Well, I don't think they had sex that much, but they've honestly only been together about a week. I mean, Rex hasn't been gone that long.
Right. Or 2 weeks.
And I think Rex and
the last air date was the 9th of August.
Yeah, and Rex and Sarah's marriage didn't last that long. I think they consummated the marriage, and I think the next day they had Eric over, or something like that, and then it's when Sarah said Eric's name in bed with Rex, and then so Rex left town, and then she immediately had sex with Eric that night. So I mean, it was definitely within the same week. But it is weird though that you would use birth control with your husband.
She would automatically,
But she wasn't using birth control with Eric like literally a couple of days later. So I missed the part of why she thinks it's for sure Eric's, because even Xander was trying to say, maybe it might be Rex's, but she shot that down.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I just think that's kind of, well, number one, that's very
very interesting.
So,
what's that?
But,
Say that again?
That's very hoish.
Yeah.
You basically slept with two brothers within the same week. I mean, her and Rex aren't even divorced. I mean, I mean, neither one of them even filed. So that whole thing's kind of weird. So, so she just decides she's going to fight for Eric. She's going to mention the baby, and then he basically dumps her, and she's about ready to tell him, and I think Nicole came downstairs and interrupted them.
Right.
And that was pretty much the end of the conversation. And then Xander tells Sarah that he knows that she's pregnant.
Yeah, because he dug the thing. But he was acting he was so sweet to her, and like he was acting like he was the father. You know what I mean? He was so sweet to her and trying to take care of her and everything. I was like, oh.
Yeah.
What about the scenes? Yeah.
Yes, he definitely feels sorry for her. But of course, at the same time, too, he's thrilled.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I know. It's kind of like, well, do you want to go over a little bit with the actual Erical scenes, like when they first, was that at the beginning of the week? When they first get, like when he finds her and then like they're talking and they're like so happy and everything, and then he's like, oh, by the way. No, you did mention that he told her about Sarah, but they were so that was really cool.
Yeah, she was cool about it. She understood because,
Yeah, there were some good.
He thought she was dead.
Some good scenes, I thought.
Absolutely, and they have great chemistry, and I'm so glad they're reunited.
They do.
Yeah.
Well, one thing.
Sarah definitely.
So, have you guys noticed like how? It's so weird to me. Like I'm watching her play herself, quote unquote, herself now. like real Nicole. And it is completely different than what she was. It's just really interesting because I keep waiting for her to be like evil and horrible, and it's like, oh wait, she's so nice, like right now, But she and Xander do kind of get together, like they kind of talk about their past a little bit and how he forced her to marry him and all this stuff. And then, of course, Xander says, well, we could create a win-win with each other here, because I want Sarah, you want Eric, kind of thing. So I don't know if Nicole's going to be back to her scheming ways. If she's going, who knows? Is Xander going to tell her that that Sarah's pregnant and that, and she keeps that from Eric. I mean, there's got to be something. The real Nicole always gets messed up in those things. So I don't know. She always like thinks she's going to lose the man, so then she lies or she holds something back, and then he finds out months later. What's that?
I'm hoping.
You there, lady?
Yeah, we can hear you.
So, Carrie, thoughts on that?
If they have Nicole falling back into that, I'm going to be really pissed.
Yeah, I hope she's evolved.
And I hate that. And the thing is, too, I mean, if Eric should be mad at anybody for keeping the pregnancy a secret, it should be Sarah, not Nicole. But I'm tired of this crap, and yeah. But Nicole gets blamed for keeping a secret.
Let's hope.
Yeah.
Right. Let's hope it doesn't go there. Let's just hope it doesn't go there. I really hope they don't resort to that cheap trick for this, because she seems like more evolved, doesn't she? Like, doesn't she seem like?
Yeah.
I mean, like Brady apologized to her and she apologized to him because she helped. She said, I'm so sorry you had to go through all this because, Kristen made me like coach her to convince you, so I had to like give her all this information like of what I would do and how we related to each other, to get you to believe it was her, really me. And so she wanted to apologize, like, you don't have to apologize for anything. You're just trying to protect your daughter, But I thought those were really great scenes when Brady was like apologizing to both of them for what he had done, blackmailing her and sending her packing and all that. And because I wondered how they were going to address that, because here she's all like, yay, I'm going back home, and I'm like, well, remember you killed Deimos. The reason you left last time was because Brady was going to hold that over your head and turn you in if you didn't leave Eric. So I wondered how they were going to address that, and I liked the way that they did it. Didn't you? Did you like that? Did you guys like that?
Mhm. Yeah.
I thought that was good.
Well, I liked how they wrapped up Xander and Nicole too, because he said he was hoping someday she'd have feelings for him. And I thought that was kind of sweet
he
too.
Did genuinely, yeah. I thought that was good. I mean, it was like he really did care about her and really was hoping that they could make a family together and stuff. See, and that's his sweet spot, is he loves Sarah, and like it shows that he has a heart, and that allows, it's like, oh, I just love him now. Anyway, I mean, I've fallen for it. I don't care what anybody says. I'm willing to let his evil past go. But I love so I think was it towards the beginning of the week when he kidnaps Ben for Victor, and Victor orders him to bring Ben to him. And so when he gets him there, he's like, okay, like, here, you're going to use it. Because you were talking last week about, who was it? Miriam, I think, was talking about how that tie comes in to play later and all. And it's like he's going to kill him with it and then, so Xander's kind of got him, he's got the tie around him and all, and he's like, I'm not doing this, Victor. Like, I'm not, nope, not doing it. And he's like, and Victor's shooting him barbed, like how weak he is and all this stuff. He's like, sorry, I'm not doing that. I'm just not. No, sorry. And he goes, fine, I'll finish him off myself. And I mean, it was kind of funny how, Victor, there's no way in heck Victor could have kept him down like that, but I guess if you're in a choke, if you're being choked to death, I guess maybe. But so Victor's sitting there trying to kill Ben so that Sierra won't date him, and Brady comes walking in, and he's like, what are you guys doing? And Xander right away is like, hey, I don't do that kind of stuff anymore. I nope, I'm not. It was so funny.
Yep.
Anybody else have any takes on that?
That was funny.
It was.
Yeah, I thought it was it. And then finally, Brady basically is like, he
the voice of reason.
He's like, you are not. Yeah. You know you're in trouble when Brady's the voice of reason for
Yep.
crying out loud. If, when the smartest person in the room is Brady, you know it's screwed.
Yep.
No offense, Brady, we love you, but you know, but Victor basically orders him to not to let it, to finish the job, to let him finish the job or whatever. And Brady's like, nope, and he undoes the tie and all that and lets Ben go. And of course Ben's I think, wasn't Victor I'm sure Sierra will not hear about this, right, or something. And he's like, oh,
yeah.
hell no. I'm going over to tell her right now.
Yep.
So then they go, does somebody want to take that one where he goes and talks to Sierra and what happens during that?
Sierra calls Victor a big teddy bear. Yeah, right.
Yeah. And meanwhile, didn't she notice his red neck, that his neck was all red from being almost choked to death? I kept thinking when she was kissing him, somehow she was going to come down off of that kiss and be like, what happened to your neck?
I know.
But I didn't see that happen. So Sierra's all excited about the possibility of this job with Titan, and she's really excited, and she's like, she knows that they're trying to pull them apart, but she's like, I'm not taking it if that's a condition. And then she's like, but you know what? You're too important to me, so I'm just not going to take it. And he holds back. Ben does not tell her what her teddy bear grandfather did, because he loves her, and he's like, if taking this job is what will make you happy, that's all I care about, basically. And so and she's like, you mean you're okay with it? And he's like, if that's what you want and it makes you happy, yes. But I love how Ben is still not going to let them off the hook, because he was back with them later. I can't remember where. Was it the hospital or was it over at?
It was
and
at the
he's like, oh yeah,
mansion in the foyer.
Yeah, and Brady's like, did you call the police on my grandpa? And he's like, no, and how did it go? I mean, it was something like he basically was like, but don't think for a minute that this isn't something that I'm going to. Yeah, don't think for a minute this is over, So basically, he's got this kind of something to hold over them, essentially, especially Victor. So,
but why
can't
Brady saved his life?
What's that?
Brady's the one who saved his life, and he's picking on Brady.
Right, exactly.
I don't get it.
Well, I think he was sending a message to Brady to pass on to Victor, more than likely. But yeah. So yeah, I mean, in one sense, we could say that. I mean, if we were being really sarcastic, we could say, "Oh wow, Ben really reminds reminds us of Sierra's grandfather."
Yes, pretty much.
Hear this. Yeah. So anyway, okay. So then there's the whole Julie thing, where Julie needs a heart transplant, and she's aged out of when they will do that for her. I loved how Hope was like, she starts to tell Doug something about, and she's like, well, she's something years old, and she starts to say, and she's past the age where they're willing to do it, or something like that. They didn't out her age. Well, that was funny. But those scenes were really sweet with Doug reliving her, thinking back on their relationship and everything. And oh gosh, I mean, I could kind of relate in my own life watching. It kind of freaked me out a little bit, because it was very similar to something that played out in my life at one point but it's Hope finally tells her dad that, she's not going to get better, and they don't have a heart for her unless somebody donates a heart to her, basically, she's not going to be on the registry to get a transplant. And so anyway, so then he realizes it, but then Julie wakes up and she's like, so when am I getting out of here? And when am I getting out of here?
Yeah, and what did the doctor?
He looks at her and he's like, what's that?
And what did the doctor say?
I don't know. Oh, she said that. Yeah.
Him.
And, yeah. So anyway, so there's there's that. And I mean, it's just like, oh, plus since they're married in real life, it makes it extra poignant. So I do have one pet peeve that isn't wardrobe related, but really freaking annoyed me. Okay, so Julie's on her deathbed.
Mm-hmm.
And okay, Sierra's there, she's upset. And like they show her in another scene where she's cutting a deal to go work for her grandpa and she's all excited and so happy and everything. And I'm like, that wouldn't happen that way. I mean, you wouldn't be like, I'd be like, Grandfather, I really want to consider your offer, but my grandma's dying right now, and so I will have to let you know later. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So it was kind of weird because Jennifer Horton is busy worrying about her brother, Lucas, because his mother's been shot and she's in surgery for like 3 days. And then, it's like, but at the same time, she's like, oh, we got to get, did she call Adrian? Was that who she said?
Yeah, it was Adrian.
Like, we got to, who's never on screen anymore. Scrap what we've got for the paper tomorrow. I've got a new headline. I've got a new story. Kate Roberts has been shot, and I think I know who did it. And so, and meanwhile, Julie's in there dying. Horton isn't. It's like, hello. So I thought it was a little weird. It was almost like, I always go back to this moment when John and Marlena were worried about Sammy, who was pregnant with the twins. Remember that scene where they go over to her and Lucas's, or whoever's apartment. I think it might have been Lucas. I don't know. It was Lucas's old apartment with her. They go over there. This is like, 12 years ago, something like that. But they go over there, and they're like, Sammy, it turns out Sammy has been kidnapped by Stefano. And Stefano has her on this plane, and he's flying God knows where with their twins and their daughter, the babies, the twin babies and daughter, because one of them's a Demir. Well, he thinks both of them are Demirs probably at that point. And he's going to do some weird experiments with them. I don't know. It was something like with her eggs, or I don't remember. It was something, but she was definitely pregnant with twins. And there's all this. I mean, their daughter is like being kidnapped. She's pregnant. They don't know where she is. The evil, maniacal Stefano has her, and their future grandbabies are going to be killed and everything else. And they're making out on the couch. I'm like, I will never do that as long as I live. That pissed me off so bad. So anyway, so they kind of reminded me a little bit of that dynamic where, on the one hand, I mean, like, it's like, okay, great, Sierra, love this, that you're going to tell your grandpa that you're going to work. But, like, your grandma is dying at the hospital, It's like, I don't know. I just feel like that was weird, like, that they wrote that kind of, like, the continuity was weird, or the timing was weird between that and some of the other. And then Jennifer kind of, instead of being really worried about Julie, she was kind of, running around with her, trying to do her story and all that. Well, I don't know.
Cleaning the lab.
Did it bother? What's that?
And she's cleaning a lab.
What?
She's cleaning Dr. Rolf's lab after it was trashed.
Right. After she ruined his cake. Made him drop.
No, a couple hours later, somebody trashed the lab.
Oh, gee. Okay, I didn't know that part. Okay, I didn't see that.
And
yeah.
You know what? They're blaming Eve, but I don't think Eve did it.
Eve didn't do it, no.
No.
It was, spoiler, it was Dr. Shaw.
Yep, I thought so.
Because he's still, okay. He still has the hots for Jennifer, even though.
Yeah. Is that the same Dr. Shaw?
No,
yeah.
It's a new actor.
New actor, okay.
New actor,
this time there's a new actor? Okay.
Yeah.
I haven't seen, because they're the same guy for quite a while, but I guess it's different now, huh? Oh, well.
Maybe the other actor got tired of being dumped by Jennifer.
Well, it was like when I remember looking him up the very first time he appeared on screen, like when he was just Dr. Shaw, cute Dr. Shaw at the hospital before, he's kind of making googly eyes at Jennifer, but he was like not really dating her yet. I started looking him up. I figured out what his name was, which I can't remember now, but I started looking him up and all this stuff. So I thought, ooh, they're going to work him into the equation. But no, they just dust him off whenever Jennifer's between, men or whatever. I don't know.
Yeah.
But so I can't say I blame him because he probably was thinking it would turn into a bigger gig, and then it's like, no, they're not even doing anything with it. So okay, so Dr. Shaw does that. Okay, that makes sense.
This one's
so
cute
Carrie,
too,
what
though.
did you think? Is this what's that?
Yes.
Cute. Ooh,
It's cute
okay.
too.
I fast forwarded through the last part of the week, so I got to go back. So I still need to go back and watch that. So I missed some of the scenes. So I totally didn't see him. Carrie, what are you thinking? Am I sort of fair? I'm on the cusp of fair in my criticism, or thinking too much? Or?
No, I don't understand. Yeah, why Jennifer and Jack they can't wait like 2 seconds for the serum from Dr. Rolfe, especially with Julie dying.
Even Jack said that. He even said that to JJ. Like, we're going to do this in Rolfe's time because it's not like I have a terminal illness.
Right.
Like, you know what I mean?
And,
Does Jennifer want to have another baby with Jack? She's afraid her eggs are going to, be no good anymore. But there's no, I understand the rush, but I think that's the part that there's this, did Lorraine Broderick go on vacation for a while during these scripts or something?
Maybe.
She's usually pretty good at continuity, But I just kind of felt like, wait a minute, this is a really cute scene with Ben and Sierra, and she's so happy talking about all this, and next thing you know, she's over there telling her grandfather that as long as she doesn't have to dump Ben, she's on board. She's so thrilled, and she's so excited to prove herself, blah, 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 blah. And I'm sitting there going, do you think that would be at the top of your mind with your grandmother dying? I mean, I don't know. So I think there were some definite holes with the writing during all that. And so the other wardrobe-wise, so Viv must just be changing wigs every 3 or 4 days. Is that the deal? I think I like the most current one.
Yes.
If I had to like one, I'd say the most recent one was the best, but I don't know.
I want to complain, too, with the Julie dying thing. Jennifer doesn't seem to care. Maggie's not around. Sarah's not around.
Yeah.
And it's like, you guys are
Sarah's more worried about Kate. She's more worried about Kate than she is Julie.
Yeah, and JJ hasn't really been around either. It's like,
Lonnie's more upset about Julie. Lonnie's actually more upset about Julie than any of the people that should be. In addition to her. So, it's just kind of weird. I don't know.
Marlena always had an excellent relationship with Doug, and you think she'd be there for Doug.
Yeah.
So,
I don't know. I guess I should just let it go, but it's I try not to be too anal retentive about the writing and all, but that just to me just seems so weird. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
It had to be mentioned today. That's all I'm going to say. All right. So what else?
Brady and Kristen.
Oh, man.
Okay, you want to talk about that part? Because I only saw part of that.
I actually like them. So, don't hate me.
What's that?
Yeah, I actually like Brady and Kristen. I think
I
should just go for it. Yeah,
so they were going to do the deed, and then he pulls away. Is that right?
Yeah.
Or does he
basically, Kristen got released by the police, and they Brady and Kristen running each other, down at the bench at the near the square, and she kept saying how she's going to take a bath and be fresh as a daisy, and it was getting a little gross and raunchy. And she told him flat, it's like, you like the bad girls, and mentioned he was with Teresa, and then he was with Eve and Nicole and all that. And then Brady admitted that this part of him didn't know it was her when they had sex, which is so gross. Yeah, and then so she went and took her shower like she said, and Brady showed up to her hotel room, and they started kissing and making out a bit, and then she kept trying to get him to drink, and that really turned him off. It really bugged him. But now, again, Brady's saying he's an alcoholic, which is weird, because a lot of times he was saying he was just a drug addict, not an alcoholic. It seems like he keeps switching with him, whether or not he's going to drink or not. But that really seemed to bother him, that she was pushing alcohol on him, and that he left and he went to the Doug's place and ordered a coffee. So, but he definitely has Kristen on the brain. He's really fighting his temptation with her.
Uh-huh.
So I like them. I think they're hot. I think they're sexy. But,
yeah. I don't know. I think when Eileen was playing her, I was so sick of Eileen being on. I'm nothing against the actress, but I was so sick of Kristen being on every freaking day. And so I got kind of burned out on that whole thing. But he kind of grew on me after a while.
Yes.
But excuse me, but I don't know. The only thing is, it's like she's done so many horrible things to his family. Of course, when does that ever stop anybody in Salem from falling in love with the worst of the worst? But I just honestly, the way it's creative, but it's also like WTF. That the way she's just like walking the streets now, It's like, holy cow! I loved how Nicole went after her and like tried to beat the crap out of her. I love that.
yeah.
Yeah, I loved it when Eric tried to strangle her.
Oh.
For former priest, Eric has no problems putting his hands on people.
What's that?
People. And Eric is very violent for being an ex-priest.
I know.
Yeah. He says the outbursts a lot, doesn't he?
Yeah.
All that repressed emotion coming out.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah. Well, and also, Kristen's the one that raped him. So you would think Brady, it's like that whole thing is such a mess. I mean, I don't know.
Well, she kind of raped
I guess we're
too.
Not true. But anyway, I don't know. So it is nice to see Rolf back. I love. It's fun to see like wasn't he the original Rolf? Like
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Pretty sure. Okay, yeah. So I mean, I get kind of a kick out of that because I mean, gosh, how long does that go back? Like because Rolf was around. We know Rolf was around when New John came back when he had the chip in his head. Didn't he go back farther, like with Bart and everything, like in the 80s, or no?
No, I think it was the 90s.
90s, okay. So
I think he was involved in the
In the what?
The Gemini twins.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because Rex then studied under him or something.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I think he was involved
cool,
with Princess Gina, too. Was he involved with Princess Gina?
Well, see, he didn't. Yeah, because I noticed. Did you guys notice when Rolf was eyeing Hope?
Yeah.
Did you notice that that exchange? It was almost like he looked like he wanted to like mess with her, like And I was thinking because I didn't watch during the Princess Gina thing, but I was like, is he like gonna? It's like he was looking at her like, I could mess around with this lady. I don't know.
He bowed to her.
It was just interesting. What's that?
He bowed to her.
Oh, yeah, he bowed to her. Yeah, that was weird. It was like,
I never liked the Princess Gina stuff.
Either.
Oh, I hated Princess Gina. The whole storyline was so stupid.
Princess Gina stuff I think I saw was when I watched when I was first watching Days Again, I was trying to kind of catch up on things that like had happened during the time I wasn't watching. And I remember scenes that when she was Princess Gina, and I hated it. Like, because wasn't she going after John, or wasn't she? Ugh, I just could not stand that. And then when she played Princess Gina in the Afterlife, remember, like earlier this year when Marlena died and went to heaven, and Andre was there pretending to be Tony, and then Tony came in, and then like wasn't Hope playing Princess Gina then? Wasn't she? So I don't know. That was annoying to me, big time. So anyway, I just thought it was interesting. Maybe it was just one of those things where they do a shout out to the fans, like the, Dorian,
Dorian Kramer.
Name. That maybe it was just like a little shout out to history, because I caught it and I was like, oh, that's interesting that they're making eye contact, and he looks like he kind of gave her this after he bowed. He kind of gave her this look, and I was like, oh. But anyway. So yeah. So now, are the spoilers out about how Julie's going to survive this thing?
I heard a rumor she's getting Stefan's heart.
Okay. I feel like we talked about that. I
don't know.
Last week. Yeah, I don't know either. But so somehow she's going to pull through.
Well, if
when you think about it, in fairness. Go ahead.
If what's her name? Vivian's only on for a short time. Maybe she'll get her heart.
Does she have one? No, I'm just kidding. Oh, well, I don't know. I don't know. I guess we'll just have to see. But we would have heard by now if Julie were going to be gone for real.
Yeah.
And besides, we have Rolf back in town. He can pretty much bring anybody back now, right?
That's
Am I
true.
right? For a price, I'm sure. And those scenes at the beginning of the week, or towards the beginning of the week, with Jack and JJ being in, especially JJ, with Rolf ordering every sandal up on the menu. They were joking. That was great.
Yeah.
Oh, that was really cute. I love those scenes. Oh, but anyway.
Shout out to Caroline now.
Yes, her chowder, and then the pot roast, and that was cute. That was nice. I don't know, anything else, guys? It has been. Would you say it's been pretty good? Pretty good.
Yeah, very good.
Yeah. So, because there for a while it was pretty dicey. Again, we kind of went through a period where it was like, whoa. But I think it's starting to get better again. So, anything else anybody wanted to mention?
Nope.
Anything else? I can't. I'm drawing a blank. I can't think of any. There probably is something I'm forgetting, but I got the things I needed to get off my chest. It was continuity.
Yeah.
No. But yeah. So I was really happy for you, Carrie, with the. I always liked Brick Hole, but I didn't watch back when Eric and Nicole were together originally. So, but like especially with Greg Vaughn playing him. Oh my gosh. But I was like, oh, I know Carrie. She's eating this up. I mean, I was too, but I knew that you were on a whole different level.
Yeah, we're getting Eric Holsix this week, so that's something to look forward to.
Ooh, cool! Wow, that's fast, but good. I mean, but they've been waiting a long time for this, I guess, when you think about it.
Yeah.
Oh man, it's so weird seeing Nicole as Nicole now, though, isn't it? It's just like my brain's like going, oh wait, she's really Nicole. Okay, like. So I'd say Ari and Stacy did a great job with the whole deal. But okay, well, time's about up anyway. But I think that's all I can think of at the moment. So you guys have nothing else to add at this point. I think we'll probably wrap up. And we'll give another shout out to Nikki in case she wasn't listening at the beginning when I first gave her a shout out. And so, all right, ladies. Well, appreciate you calling in and being here with me. And well, hopefully Marianne's having a good time, but not too good of a time because we know what happens when that happens. But anyway, all righty. Well, have a good rest of the weekend. Okay?
Yes, have a good one, ladies.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Good night.
Bye. Bye-bye.
Hey guys, it is Ryan. I'm not sure if you know this about me, but I'm a bit of a fun fanatic when I can. I like to work, but I like fun too. And now I can tell you about my favorite place to have fun. Chumba Casino. They have hundreds of social casino style games to choose from with new games released each week. You can play for free and each day brings a new chance to collect daily bonuses. So join me in the fun. Sign up now at ChumbaCasino.com.
Sponsored by Chumba Casino. No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 18+. Terms and conditions apply.